We're joined today with Tova Sherman from reachAbility, based in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Welcome, Tova, and thank you for talking with me today.
Hello, Robert. It's really nice to join you.
What exactly is reachAbility?
Well, it's so hard to define it in 3 words or less, but what I will say is this. reachAbility is an agency that was built by a number of people, stakeholders, who really wanted to see the playing field equalized, not exclusively for people with disabilities, but certainly inclusive of persons with disabilities and other marginalized groups who, again, as I said, really do not face an equalized playing field when they're getting out there. We just want to figure out ways that we can be supportive and open doors where they haven't been opened before.
National Accessibility Awareness Week is fast approaching, coming up at the end of May. Why does reachAbility celebrate National Accessibility Awareness Week?
Well, thank you for asking. And of course, thank you for bringing a light to what we call NAAW, or National Accessibility Week. And the reason it's so important is because National Accessibility Week brings two things to our thinking. At least that's what our goal is. Number one is to first and foremost celebrate the accomplishments, the fact that persons with disabilities in Canada are doing and have always been doing amazing things, and that the biggest challenge we as people with disability have is, frankly, the belief that people around us have that we just aren't good enough or simply not equal or up to the task, whether in the workplace or anything else. So while we're celebrating the accomplishments, we also have to acknowledge that bias still exists. And frankly, to me, National Accessibility Week is an opportunity in Nova Scotia to really remind everybody of the incredible contributions we are making and the incredible contributions we can continue to make as equal parts of our society, if only given the chance.
Why does reachAbility think being accessible and inclusive to all people with disabilities in and out of the workplace is so important and needs attention called to it?
Well, I appreciate that question, Robert, because, people talk a lot about accommodation in the workplace. And what I keep hearing is the term special accommodation. And really what we want to do is get everyone thinking about the fact that there is nothing special about equalizing the playing field. Robert, if you can get into that workplace or that construction site, I would like to think we all could. That doesn't mean that a person who perhaps uses a wheelchair can be a fireman who climbs ladders, but he can work at fire services. He has a contribution to make. And what we really want to make sure is happening is that everyone is thinking about that, thinking about how we all can contribute, thinking about what reachAbility in particular can bring to the table, which is not only awareness around National Accessibility Week, although we're very proud to be hosting here in Nova Scotia, but most importantly, to remind everybody that we all will have had, have, or will have a disability. So everybody wins when we drop the special and we start talking about how to be accessible, how to be welcoming, because we're talking about ourselves, Robert, and the people we love the most.
What events, activities, or things does reachAbility have planned for National Accessibility Awareness Week?
If you go to reachability.org./NAAWNS, standing for Nova Scotia, of course, then you will actually be able to see every event every day as it happens. We have a combination of virtual and in-person events, ranging from our pet project, which is introducing dogs into different NGO communities and bringing our pet Neo to the table, launching the Joy Sparks program, which are short, interesting videos we'll be launching that create joy for everybody. We really understand, especially since COVID, it's been tough and everyone is feeling it. And we want to be able to use every method we can, launching during NAAW ideally, with all the wonderful education we're doing and information. We're also going to be working with no less than 15 corporate partners from Nova Scotia in education, training, or some other form of partnering event during that week. So, for instance, I'll be doing some really exciting work with the library in the Annapolis Valley of Nova Scotia. The library services and I, we work together, and we're going to be talking a lot about inclusion and how we can do better right in our libraries here in Nova Scotia. I'm also going to be working with a number of other corporate clients that have decided they want to step up and be heard and be seen during NAAW by their entire staff, because that's a statement already that we're an employer that wants to open our doors and remove the bias that inherently exists.
You guys are doing a lot there. That sounds great.
Yeah, I'm sure someone's going to be offended because see, we're doing our incredible. I have to tell you one more thing because it's a hiring piece. We have a new program called Hire and Seek. Again, we're going to launch it during NAAW. And it's an opportunity for folks who can't quite go to what we call our speed meetings. Now, that speed meetings are like speed dating. We put 12 employers in a room. We get everybody in the room. They have 5 minutes with each employer. What's amazing is 65% of the people we've had in those situations have gone on to second interviews and employment. So it's pretty amazing stuff. But we identified we were excluding people. It was too fast-paced, a little too chaotic. So we created Hire and Seek. It's another version of meeting with employers, getting to know them, but it's 10 minutes, not 5. Each employer is in a separate classroom, so clients can decide, seek out employers that they're comfortable talking to and feel they should be talking to, and then go and meet with them one-on-one for 10 minutes. So it's a kind of an alternative to our speed meeting, which we started, my gosh, we've done 15 of them, I think. And now we're introducing Hire and Seek. Again, these are all incredible initiatives that we want people to think about, not just during National Accessibility Week, Robert, but of course the whole year. And I can't exclude the fact that the construction sector as a whole and the trade sector as a whole has been a really, really interesting and growing partner in the area of DEI commitment. So I want to congratulate, hopefully, lots of the people that you're talking to and talking with and are listening to us. I hope that they're hearing that there's some folks out there in your community doing some great work.
How can people sign up for or get involved in National Accessibility Awareness Week in your event?
Right. So the only thing you got to do is reach out to info, INFO, at reachAbility, all one word, .org, org for organization or nonprofit. Someone always gets back to you. But also, if you're not feeling like chatting, then you can simply go to our website, reachability.org/NAAWNS, and you will, and then slash, and then you will get the events. And if you click on each event, it opens up, it sends you to perhaps the source of the event or more information, or in some cases like Hire and Seek, if you'd like to sign up both as an employer and or of course as a client. You can be everything at reachability. We're really open, and it's going to be happening in a wonderful, safe, warm environment where everyone feels welcome. And that's really what we hope National Accessibility Week lets everyone know. We all want to be welcome. We all want to open doors for each other. And the only way we do that is by talking about it and not going, I'd rather not offend. Because the second, Robert, we choose to not offend over doing the right thing, we've done a terrible injustice. And ultimately, we've removed people's dignity. And we want everyone to remember everyone's dignity matters.
That's it, exactly. And well, you guys are doing amazing work there. And it sounds like it's going to be a great week there in Nova Scotia. And hopefully it will end up reaching a lot of people.
Well, that's what we're all about, Robert. And with your help and the help of all the folks in your network, we hope to get the word out, because I'm really spreading the word about disability confidence, which simply means don't avoid, be curious, and identify what you don't know and how you can learn it in a way that is safe for everybody.
Excellent. Thank you for joining me today. And I really appreciate that.
All the best to you and all of your listeners.
Thanks a lot.